जल्दी आता है।
My esteemed sister and brother judges, Shri Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General, Shri Ashutosh Kumbhakoni, Advocate General for Maharashtra, Shri Vasant Salunke, Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Shri Nitin Thakkar, President Bombay Bar Association, Shri Sanjeev Kadam, President Advocates Association of Western India, Shri Kaivan Kalyaniwala, President Bombay Incorporated Law Society, esteemed senior advocates and other learned members of the bar, bereaved members of the Mohite family, members of the registry and the staff, ladies and gentlemen. We have gathered this morning to pay homage to late Justice Rajiv Shamrao Mohite, an eminent former judge of the Bombay High Court, who left for his heavenly abode on 21st May 2022 at the age of 65 years. Parting is always painful and the loss irreplaceable. But the bitter truth is the cycle of life moves on and we need to pull along. While accepting what is destined, let us cherish the sweet memories left behind by the departed soul. Justice Mohite may not be amongst us now, but his lordship will be remembered for the success and reputation that his lordship had achieved in the legal profession as well as a judge, and would remain an inspiration for the future generation. Justice Mohite was born on 6 December 1956 in a family with no legal background. His lordship's schooling was at Kendriya Vidyalaya, Powai, Mumbai. His lordship's father was an Air Force officer, and hence his schooling also included a stint in the King George's School, an institution run by the Indian Army. His lordship graduated in science from K.J. Somaya College in Mumbai. Later on, his lordship obtained the bachelor's degree in law from one of the premier institutions in Bombay, that is the Government Law College. Immediately thereafter, his lordship enrolled as an advocate under the Advocates Act 1961 on 17th November 1978 and joined the chambers of a renowned advocate, Shri M.A. Rane, with whom his lordship was associated till the year 1981. In the following years, his lordship established a flourishing practice in Mumbai in various fields of law, including civil, criminal, constitutional, and service laws. Banking on vast experience and a thorough knowledge of the working of the legal system, his lordship conducted hundreds of cases of various kinds. These included espousing causes such as the right of maintenance to Muslim women, right of housing for slum dwellers, etc. His lordship had special expertise in having civil disputes resolved through arbitration. Justice Mohite frequently delivered lectures on Civil Procedure Code, Arbitration Act, and Limitation Act to the law students at the Government Law College. A regular invitee of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa as a guest lecturer, His Lordship delivered lectures on diverse legal topics and also participated in seminars which were organized for the benefit of advocates all over the state. His Lordship also authored some articles which were published in law magazines. His Lordship was always active in causes relating to the protection of environment and had appeared in quite a number of television programs espousing humanitarian causes. After a successful stint over 2 decades at the bar, His Lordship was appointed as an additional judge of the Bombay High Court on 12th October 2001 and was made a permanent judge on 3rd October 2004. In 2010, His Lordship was transferred to the Patna High Court. However, to the misfortune of the bar and the bench, His Lordship resigned in November 2010 on personal grounds. As a judge of the Bombay High Court for a little over 9 years, His Lordship delivered innumerable noteworthy judgments. Because of time constraints, I leave it to the other speakers to refer to some of such judgments. Post-resignation, His Lordship gained prominence as an able arbitrator. His Lordship also worked for many charitable and social causes. Beyond the legal profession, I am informed that His Lordship was a multi-talented personality. His Lordship took keen interest in world history. His Lordship, through deep study, gained rich knowledge about both the world wars. His Lordship was fascinated by Egypt. His Lordship was an ardent sports person, having played several sports with proficiency like hockey, football, and tennis. His Lordship was an excellent chess player, and his favorite pastime was to play the game either online or with his son-in-law. His Lordship also used to play the piano and the guitar like a professional, without a formal training from anyone. His Lordship used to enjoy listening to all types of music, be it Hindustani classical, jazz, rock, pop, etc. Being an avid reader with a large collection of books in his library, His Lordship also possessed deep knowledge of astronomy. In fact, it was one of His Lordship's favorite subjects, and he used to enjoy watching planets and stars through his telescope. His Lordship liked organic farming very much and had set up a small organic garden in his home in Pune, where His Lordship lived after demitting office as a judge. His Lordship enjoyed his food, especially authentic Maharashtrian cuisine from Satara and Kolhapur. I'm also told that His Lordship was a great cook and tried different dishes whenever time permitted him. Such being the personality of His Lordship, the demise at not too old an age is not only a loss for his family, but the legal fraternity as well as society. His Lordship was tall and handsome, and I am fortunate to have met His Lordship once at the National Judicial Academy at Bhopal, a couple of years after my elevation as a judge of the Calcutta High Court. His Lordship is survived by his wife, Srimati Tanuja Mohite, daughter Miss Anushka Mohite, son-in-law Shri Rohan Mahale, elder brother Shri Shuhas Mohite, and younger brother Shri Manoj Mohite, a reputed senior advocate practicing in this very High Court. On behalf of my esteemed colleagues and on my personal behalf, I convey deepest condolences to the members of the bereaved family. I pray that the Almighty give them enough strength to bear the irreplaceable loss, and also pray that the noble soul of His Lordship attains Sadgati. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of this court, Shri Ashutosh Kumbhakoni, the Advocate General of Maharashtra, Shri Vasant Rao Salunke, the Chairman of the Bar Council of Maharashtra, the President of the Bombay Bar Association, Shri Nitin Thakkar, President of the Advocate Association of Western India, Shri Sanjeev Kadam, President of the Incorporated Law Society, Shri Kalyaniwala, family members of late Justice R.S. Mohite, including Senior Advocate Shri Vinod Mohite, members of the bar, members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen. We assemble this morning to pay our respectful homage and respect to late Justice R.S. Mohite, who left for his heavenly abode on 21st of May 2022. Justice Mohite was a first generation lawyer. His father was an Air Force officer. Justice Mohite's schooling took place in an army school. He was initially desirous of being an engineer and hence obtained a degree in science from KJ Subbiah College in Mumbai. During his engineering college days, Justice Mohite was new to Mumbai and did not have a permanent residence here. I am told that once Justice Mohite, as a young college student, went to watch a movie at Eros Cinema, that is at Fort, when he met a few law college students who discussed with him that hostel facilities are available at Government Law College, Mumbai, for the law students there. With the sole intention of availing this facility of hostel, Justice Mohite took admission in Government Law College, Bombay. This is how the great legal luminary got introduced to the field of law. By the time he obtained his degree in law, Justice Mohite had already made up his mind to further the field of engineering and pursue his career in the legal field. Justice Mohite, after becoming a lawyer, founded a trust known as Legal Aid Society of Bombay and devoted his early years in practice to working of the said trust. In the year 1979, Justice Mohite joined the chambers of the renowned advocate Shri M. Rane. In the following year, Justice Mohite practice grew, and he was known specially for his reasonable practice in civil, criminal, and constitutional field of law. Justice Mohite was also very fond of teaching. He was in 92-93 a lecturer in college, that is the Government Law College, and taught various subjects like civil procedure, code, arbitration, and litigation. Justice Mohite was known for his progressive thought process and his friendly nature. Justice Mohite was invited on several occasions to give lectures in seminars organized by the Bar Council of Maharashtra Goa and various bar associations. Justice Mohite was an avid reader and a prolific writer. He has authored several articles published in legal magazines and has appeared in several television programs where he emerged as one of the strongest promoters of progressive ideas and liberal thought process. Justice Mohite was also a strong advocate for protection of environment. This can be seen from a host of judgments passed by him. In one of the noteworthy matters argued by him, by name of Indian Express versus Kamla, Justice Mohite argued the matter against another stalwart advocate, Senior Shri. The hearing of the matter at an interim stage went on for nearly 14 days, which was a rare event during those days. At the time of Justice Mohite's elevation in 2001 as an additional judge of the Bombay High Court, he was among the youngest judges to be appointed as a judge of the Bombay High Court. As a judge of the Bombay High Court, Justice Mohite was considered to be one of the most fearless and legal judges of his time and dealt with katina of matters and decided issues relating to preventive detention, right of detainees, arbitration matters, and variety of contractual disputes between the parties. Around 2010, Justice Mohite resigned from his post as judge of the Bombay High Court. Even after his resignation, Justice Mohite continued to serve the society and help them with respect to legal matters by imparting free legal aid to them. Justice Mohite also acted as an arbitrator in several matters and continued to work till end. Another quality of Justice Mohite was also that he loved traveling. He had a very curious lifestyle. He had a caravan in which he would travel for long distance, and he used to use it as an office when he used to be in Bombay. The caravan used to be parked in the parking slot near the court. He was also the office bearer of Maharashtra State Angling Association, which relates to fishing, and he had a floating houseboat near Bombay. Justice Mohite's brother, Advocate Manoj Mohite, is a designated senior advocate of this court and has a thriving practice at the bar. Justice Mohite will be really missed by the judges and lawyers alike. Justice Mohite was a close friend of mine, and his demise is a first loss to me. In our initial days of practice, we both used to live at Malad and often traveled together in morning by train. His demise is an immense loss to the nation's legal fraternity. I offer my deepest condolences to his family and pray that he may rest in eternal peace.
My Lord, Honorable the Chief Justice, Honorable Judges, Shri Anil Singh, learned Additional Solicitor General of India, respected office bearers of all esteemed organizations of legal fraternity, my professional colleagues at the bar, learned Senior Counsel Shri Mohite and other respected family members of late Shri Justice Rajiv Shamram Mohite. I shared an excellent personal memorable relationship with Justice Mohite, which continued even after he ceased to be the judge of this honorable court. Justice Mohite came from a very humble background. His extended family members still continue to stay at village Bichut, Taluka, Walwa, district Sangli. Inspired by his father and elder brother, both of whom worked with the Air Force, initially Justice Mohite joined military school and then pursued further studies in engineering. Later on, he found the field of law more interesting than engineering and became a full-fledged law student. After completing the law graduation, as was just now mentioned, Justice Mohite founded a charitable trust providing free legal aid to underprivileged. This trust of Justice Mohite was allotted a small place below the staircase of Bharda High School, situated near VT station, which was used by him partly also for his legal profession as office. Mr. Anil Singh just now mentioned, Justice Mohite started using a caravan owned by him as a mobile office, probably the first lawyer who successfully took this innovative step. Justice Mohite continued with his pro bono work despite becoming busy lawyer in a very short time as a result of his hard work, sharp intelligence, strong memory, sincerity, dedication, and honesty. Even after leaving this honorable court, Justice Mohite continued to help various social groups and organizations in rendering service to the society. If my memory serves me right, barring the field of taxation, Justice Mohite conducted matters relating to literally every field of law, both on original as also appellate side of this honorable court. A very interesting case which Mr. Anil Singh just now mentioned, Justice Mohite argued for defendants, Indian Express versus Mundara, relating to a play titled Kamala, introduced him to one of the defendants, the legendary artist Vijay Tendulkar, who was so impressed with the overall behavior, conduct, as also professional expertise of Justice Mohite, that he converted his client-lawyer relationship into a father-in-law, son-in-law relationship. That is how the then Miss Tanuja Vijay Tendulkar became respected Mrs. Tanuja Vijay Mohite. Tanuja Rajiv Mohite. Even as a judge, he delivered judgments on various laws such as Industrial Disputes Act, Railways Act, Partnership Act, Negotiable Instruments Act, Major Port Trust Act, prison rules relating to furlough, parole, Foreigners Act, to name a few. In a case of Vittal Kulat, reported in 2003, Volume 3, Maharashtra Law Journal at page 237, relating to the issue of paternity, Justice Mohite held that no one could be compelled to give blood sample for analysis. He held that it was open for plaintiff to give notice to the other side, calling upon them to perform DNA test and produce its results before the court, failing which the plaintiff was entitled to urge the court to draw an adverse inference. During college life, Justice Mohite was very active in politics. Though not strictly leftist, he was an active member of People's Union of Civil Liberties. Probably that is how he joined the chamber of renowned lawyer of our bar, respected late Shri M. A. Rane. Justice Mohite had unique qualities and fields of interest that normally are not found amongst lawyers. As was just now mentioned, he was very fond of fishing, for which he purchased a houseboat and used it in Powai Lake. Justice Mohite had immense knowledge of world history and would speak authoritatively on the subject of Roman civilization. Justice Mohite also had keen interest in astronomy, as my Lord Honorable Chief Justice mentioned, so much so that he has written a book on evolution of universe, which unfortunately Justice Mohite was not able to complete on account of his illness. I am sure the life of Justice Mohite will forever keep inspiring every junior member of the bar, especially those who have traveled all the way from tiny villages to this city of dreams and have joined our noble profession. I join in the sentiments expressed by my Lord Honorable the Chief Justice Shri Anil Singh and express my deepest condolences to the bereaved family of late Shri Justice Rajiv Shamrao Mohite. May his soul rest in peace.
My Lord Honorable Shri Justice Dipankar Datta, Chief Justice High Court Bombay, Honorable Shri Justice P.B. Varale, Honorable Shri Justice S.V. Gangapurwala, Honorable Shri Justice Dhanuka, and Honorable Shri Justice Nitin Zamadar, Honorable Shri Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, Honorable Shri Ashutosh Kumbhakoni, Advocate General of Maharashtra, Shri Nitin Thakkar, President of Bombay Bar Association, Shri Sanjeev P. Kadam, President of Advocates Association of Western India, Advocate Shri Kaiwan Kalyaniwala, President of Bombay Incorporated Law Society, the family members of late Shri Justice R.S. Mohite, and all dignitaries present for today's function. It is with deep sense of sorrow that we have come to condole the passing away of Shri Justice Rajiv S. Mohite, former Judge High Court Bombay, who left for heavenly abode on 21st of May 2022 at Mumbai. Late Shri Justice Rajiv Shamrao Mohite was born on 6th of December 1956. His family hails from village Bhavaninagar in Sangli district, basically agriculturist family. However, his father was the Air Force officer. His lordship took primary education at Bangalore Central School and King George Military School run by Indian Army. Late Justice R.S. Mohite completed degree in science from K.G. Somaya College, Mumbai, and then completed LLB degree course from Government Law College, Mumbai. His lordship was the sportsman during his school and college education. After completing LLB degree course, his lordship enrolled as an advocate with Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa on 17th November 1978. His lordship joined the chamber of a senior lawyer, Advocate M.A. Rane. During the practice, his lordship has conducted several civil, criminal, constitutional, and service matters. He was the well-known criminal practitioner. Late Lordship Justice R.S. Mohite was also a reputed lecturer in Government Law College, Mumbai. He delivered several lectures on legal topics in the seminar and conferences arranged by the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa and other bar associations. In the conference held in 2015 at Mumbai, his lordship wrote a letter supporting decentralization of the constitutional courts. He was author and written plenty of articles. Advocates from Aurangabad bench got opportunity to work before his lordship. His lordship was a man of principle. His lordship was a good human being. Late Lordship Rajiv Mohite, Justice, left this world on 21st of May 2022, living behind a educated family. I myself personally and as a chairman of Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa pay homage to the departed soul on behalf of all the advocates in Maharashtra and Goa. I pray God to raise the departed soul into peace. Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
My Lord the Chief Justice and other honorable judges of this honorable court, Mr. Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Ashutosh Kumbhakoni, Advocate General of Maharashtra, Mr. Vasant Salunke, Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Mr. Sanjeev Kadam, President Advocates Association of Western India, Mr. Kaiwan Kalyaniwala, President Bombay Incorporated Law Society, the senior advocates and other colleagues at the bar, family members of Justice Mohite and Shri Manoj Mohite, Senior Advocate, the Registrar General and other members of the High Court Administration, ladies and gentlemen. Human judges can show mercy, but against the laws of nature, there is no appeal. So said Alexander Clark, a noted writer. Today we have gathered to mourn the sad demise of our former judge Rajiv Mohite, who lost his appeal in the Court of Almighty on 21st May 2022. On behalf of Bombay Bar Association and myself, I fully associate with the sentiments expressed by my Lord the Chief Justice and other previous speakers for Justice Mohite, a former member of our association. His achievements as a lawyer and judge have been spoken about, and I will not repeat, but I wish to pay tribute to him by adverting to his other interests in life as shared by his family, though they have already been mentioned by my Lord and the other speakers. He was born at village Bichur in Sangli district, but because his father was in Air Force, studied in various Kendriya Vidyalayas. Basically a science student, he did not plan to become a lawyer, but he became lawyer as stated by the previous speakers. Justice Mohite was also a very popular professor of law at Government Law College. He loved and enjoyed teaching. The science student in him did not disappear after he joined the legal profession. He loved sky gazing and stargazing by means of a powerful telescope and had his own take on space and universe. His family informs me that he had started writing a book on the subject lately, but it remained incomplete. Being a Bhumiputra, he loved nature, and post giving up judgeship due to his illness, he could not travel much, so he brought nature to his own doorstep in his bungalow at Pune. He was happy spending time in his garden, which he tended with lot of love. Another pastime was his love for chess, among other sports. He loved to play the game. His daughter has grievance that once in a while, Justice Mohite would ask for his son-in-law first and not her, as they were chess partners. He was a fine human being. Apart from the charitable trust he established, he also looked after a lawyer friend who was physically challenged financially even after he became a judge. He loved food. He enjoyed cooking for the family by preparing local spicy dishes. He had a sweet tooth and had no guilt in having sweets. His love for music enthralled family and friends. He would listen to Bollywood or Western and thereafter play it on his keyboard. He was a good singer too. We have lost a judge, a nature lover, a teacher, a foodie, a music lover, and above all, a gentleman and a great human being. On behalf of myself and Bombay Bar Association, I convey our heartfelt condolences to the family of Justice Mohite and pray that his soul achieves eternal peace. He lived his life full and on his way, which he would find reflected in famous Frank Sinatra song that he loved and sang often. The words of the song are, "And now the end is here, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I will make it clear. I will state my case, of which I am certain. I have lived a life that is full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more. I did it my way." Om Shanti.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice Shri Dipankar Datta and other Honorable Senior Judges of this High Court, Mr. Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Kumbhakoni, Advocate General of Maharashtra, Mr. Vasantrao Salunke, Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Mr. Nitin Thakkar, President Bombay Bar Association, Mr. Kaivan Kalyaniwala, President Bombay Incorporated Law Society, Senior Counsels, Registrar General and other officers, staff of the registry, advocates, members of the Bar Associations, and members of the family of Justice Rajiv Mohite, including my senior friend, Senior Counsel of our association at this High Court, Mr. Manoj Mohite. Today we have assembled here to pay homage to one of our member of Advocate Association of Western India, late Justice Rajiv Shamrao Mohite. Justice Mohite had his origin in Sangli district, coming from well-known Mohite family. As his father was an officer in Air Force, he had his education mainly in the cities in Kendriya Vidyalayas as well as in Mumbai. He did his schooling from King George High School, Mumbai, and then BSc from Somaya College, Mumbai, and then a law graduate from my alma mater, Government Law College, Mumbai. He enrolled as an advocate in November 1978 and worked pro bono for various trust institutions and also worked as a lecturer in Government Law College. Justice Mohite had a very good practice in all fields of law, had clientele from all the stratas of the society, be it cream clientele on original side, as well as poor farmers, workers, charitable institutions, etc. For me personally, Justice Mohite was like an elder brother. I worked with him, against him, and then appeared before him after Justice Mohite accepted the offer to become a judge of this Honorable High Court when he was appointed as an additional judge of our court on 12th October 2001 at an early age of 45 years. In fact, his decision to accept judgeship was a surprise for many, considering his roaring practice as well as his nature. I still remember the full trial of an election petition we contested against each other in an election challenge by late Arun Bagal from Khattab constituency in Satara district against return candidate Mr. Gudge, where Bagal had lost the election by 500 votes. It was a full-fledged trial of an election petition conducted before Justice K.G. Shah. Though I lost the above matter, what I remember about Justice Mohite was his gesture to refer to me, a fresh client who wished to file an election petition in High Court in the next election by telling me that I had developed a good case in earlier election petition, therefore he is referring the matter to me. Really, Justice Mohite had a great heart. Justice Mohite was also known for his modified luxurious van in those days, which was actually a surprise and a matter of anxiety, and to see that van which he had modified in a very different manner. A thorough gentleman, smart and smiling personality, one of the best judges this court had, and later, after resignation from the judgeship, Justice Mohite practiced under the Supreme Court of India. Unfortunately, Justice Mohite has left for heavenly abode on Saturday, 21st May 2022. It is not only a great loss to his family, but also a great loss to the legal fraternity. It is also a big loss to the members of AAWI. On behalf of myself as well as Advocates Association of Western India, I offer my heartfelt condolences to the family of Justice Mohite, including my brother, Senior Counsel Mr. Manoj Mohite, his daughter and his son-in-law and other family members who are present here today. I pray that may his soul rest in peace. Om Shanti.
My Lord the Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of the Bombay High Court, Mr. Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General, Mr. Ashutosh Kumbhakoni, Advocate General of Maharashtra, Mr. Vasant Salunke, Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Mr. Nitin Thakkar, President of the Bombay Bar Association, and Mr. Sanjeev Kadam, President of the Western India Advocates Association. I address this reference as President of the Bombay Corporate Law Society, on whose behalf I express condolences in the sad demise of Justice Rajiv Mohite. Justice Mohite had an illustrious career as an advocate from 1978 till 2001, when he was appointed as a judge of the Bombay High Court. Justice Mohite dwelled in the chambers of M.A. Rane, a distinguished senior counsel of our court. Like his renowned senior, Justice Mohite developed a flourishing practice, both civil and criminal. He was especially proficient in constitutional matters. During his practice years, Justice Mohite lectured at the Government Law College and wrote several articles for law journals. As a judge of this court, Justice Mohite was well respected by the bar and his colleagues on the bench. He ably served the cause of justice until he resigned as a judge in 2010 on account of personal reasons. Justice Mohite formed the Legal Aid Society, a charitable trust involved in providing legal services to the needy. His interests and achievements took him beyond the practice of law and was a much admired judge. I concur with the sentiments of my Lord the Chief Justice and the feelings that have been expressed by my colleagues at the bar. May the departed soul rest in peace.
As a mark of respect to the departed,
Now rise and observe a minute's silence. Judicial proceedings will commence soon hereafter.